Intro. Are you wondering how you can make your man miss you? How you can deepen his affection and longing for you without saying a single word? You've clicked on the right guide. Here, we'll explore several Stoic principles that can help you stay on his mind, all while you remain calm, composed, and confident. By embracing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, you can cultivate a sense of mystery, emotional depth, and presence that will leave him yearning for your company. What's truly powerful about Stoicism is that it's not about manipulation or tricks. It's about fostering your own personal growth, inner peace, and creating an atmosphere of calm that naturally draws others in. This guide will show you how subtle, deliberate actions based on Stoic wisdom can make him miss you deeply, even when you don't speak a word. So let's dive in and explore how to become unforgettable using these profound principles. 1. Embrace the art of absence. In Stoicism, one of the most valuable teachings is the concept of detachment. To fully appreciate what we have, sometimes we need to step away. Absence, done in a mindful way, helps to create a balance in relationships and offers space for both individuals to reflect and miss each other. While modern society often encourages constant connection, Stoicism teaches us that healthy detachment can lead to a stronger emotional bond. How to practice it? Instead of constantly making yourself available or over-communicating, give him space to think about you in your absence. This doesn't mean disappearing entirely or playing games, but rather allowing natural pauses where he can reflect on the time you've spent together and miss your presence. By embracing moments of detachment, you give him room to yearn for your company, and in turn, you learn to appreciate your own time and energy. For example, if you've spent a lot of time together recently, take a step back and focus on your own interests and passions. This time apart will help him realize how much he values your company when you're around. Why it works? Absence allows the emotional bond to grow stronger because it creates space for appreciation. He may begin to miss the warmth of your laughter, the sound of your voice, or the way you make him feel understood. When you step back, you give him the opportunity to reflect and recognize what's truly special about your connection. This subtle withdrawal can often lead to deeper affection in return. 2. Master the art of silence. Silence has a profound power in relationships, particularly when it's used deliberately and thoughtfully. In Stoicism, silence is not merely the absence of words, but an active form of communication that requires discipline and self-control. Not feeling the need to fill every pause with conversation or action, you create an air of mystery and depth that naturally pulls others toward you. How to practice it? When you're together, don't rush to speak at every opportunity. Instead, allow the quiet moments to exist. Stoicism teaches us that words should be measured and used only when necessary. So rather than talking to fill the silence, take a moment to truly listen or simply listen. This practice doesn't mean avoiding conversation altogether, but allowing quiet spaces where you don't feel the need to constantly perform. In situations where you might normally speak, practice waiting just a moment longer before responding. This small pause can leave him wondering what's on your mind, and it creates a sense of intrigue. Even in a text message, taking longer to reply or keeping your message short and sweet adds a layer of mystery. Why it works? Silence creates a space for introspection and builds anticipation. By practicing the art of silence, you make your words more valuable when you do choose to speak. Your responses will carry more weight, and he'll start to miss the depth that comes from your carefully chosen words. Silence also gives him the chance to fill in the gaps with his own thoughts, often leading him to think about you more than he would if you were constantly filling the conversation. 3. Cultivate self-sufficiency and confidence. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is self-sufficiency, learning to rely on yourself for your happiness and emotional well-being. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, pursuing your passions, and living a fulfilling life, you naturally draw others to you without the need for validation or constant attention. How to practice it? Dedicate time to your personal growth, whether it's through physical fitness, expanding your knowledge, cultivating your career, or nurturing your friendships. When you live a life full of purpose and passion, it will naturally make you more attractive. By pursuing your own path, you'll show that your happiness does not rely on him, but rather comes from within. It's not about isolating yourself or pretending to be disinterested. Instead, it's about demonstrating that you are a complete person with your own sense of direction, which naturally increases your value in his eyes. When you focus on building your own strength, it attracts people who respect your independence and depth. Why it works. When you are self-sufficient and radiate confidence, he will start to see you as someone who is whole and complete on your own. This naturally draws him toward you because he will recognize that you're not seeking approval or validation. Instead, you stand firm in your own identity, and that strength is magnetic. When you're not constantly leaning on him, he'll miss the energy and vitality that you bring to his life. 4. Use the power of presence. Being fully present when you're with him is a key Stoic practice that will make him miss you. Stoicism teaches the importance of mindfulness, the ability to engage fully in the moment without distraction or wandering thoughts. When you give him your undivided attention, you create memorable moments that will stay with you long after you've left. How to practice it? When you're together, truly engage with him. Listen intently to what he says and be emotionally present. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything he says, but simply that you are actively participating in the conversation. Make eye contact, offer thoughtful responses, and show interest in his thoughts and feelings. This practice helps deepen the connection between you, making the time spent together more meaningful. In today's fast-paced world where distractions like phones and social media are constantly vying for attention, giving someone your undivided presence is rare and incredibly powerful. By focusing entirely on him, you show that he matters to you, and this will naturally create an emotional bond. Why it works? When you are fully present, you create a sense of intimacy and emotional connection. He will start to miss the way you make him feel valued and understood. People remember how they feel in the presence of others, and by being present, you create a lasting, positive impression. This emotional depth will make him yearn for the next time you are together. 5. Maintain a balanced emotional response. In Stoicism, emotional control is essential. By maintaining a balanced emotional response to life's ups and downs, you become more predictable in your reactions, which helps create stability in relationships. You avoid overreacting to small issues or showing excessive emotional dependence. Cultivate an environment where your emotions are not in flux, making you more attractive and steady. How to practice it? Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause before responding to emotionally charged situations. Whether it's a disagreement or something unexpected, take a deep breath and respond thoughtfully. This ability to maintain composure in difficult situations is a powerful Stoic tool that makes you more resilient and emotionally available without being reactive. For example, if he cancels plans or says something that could upset you, instead of immediately expressing frustration, take time to reflect on the situation. Your composed response will demonstrate emotional maturity and resilience. Why it works. When you 6. Give him the freedom to appreciate you. In Stoicism, the idea of not forcing outcomes is key. You can't control how others feel, but you can control your actions. When you give him the freedom to appreciate you on his own terms, without demanding constant attention or affection, you allow him the space to recognize your value without pressure. How to practice it? Let him come to you. Instead of seeking constant validation, focus on showing him the best parts of who you are. Be kind, thoughtful, and considerate, but don't chase him or demand attention. By allowing him to appreciate you on his own, you give him the freedom to miss you when you're not around. Why it works. When you stop seeking validation and affection from him, you naturally increase your appeal. People miss what they can't have immediately, and when you allow him the freedom to come to you on his own terms, it makes your presence more desirable. This subtle shift in dynamic can lead to a deeper emotional connection as he begins to realize the depth and value of your presence in his life. Conclusion. Incorporating these Stoic principles into your relationship allows you to deepen the emotional connection while creating a sense of mystery, independence, and emotional maturity. The Stoic approach to making someone miss you is not about playing games or manipulating feelings. It's about embracing inner strength, creating meaningful pauses, and fostering a connection that is built on respect and presence. By mastering the art of absence, silence, and emotional control, you naturally draw him closer to you without speaking a word. When you cultivate self-sufficiency, emotional balance, and presence, you allow him to see you as a unique, valuable person in his life. By letting him come to you, create an environment where he will genuinely miss your presence and long to be with you again. The Stoic path is one of calm, clarity, and profound connection.